And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Let's go. We really need to do this. So hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share with friends because the stupidity, the nonsense, the chaos, it's not stopping. Meanwhile, today, Trump's on Capitol Hill to speak with House GOP members before debating the big, beautiful bill. Well, Trump spoke, of course, to reporters, and he claimed that the House and the Senate have never, ever been this united. Play the clip.
You know, when you think of it, I said, that's an interesting statement. I never thought of it that way. But we have this is really just a pep talk. We have a very unified House and we have a very unified Senate.
No, you don't. In fact, you have more members. See, let me explain what he's doing here. What he's doing is he's sending a message to them. You either become unified for what I want, or we'll primary you. We'll primary you in the 2026 midterms. That's what he's saying to them. Get your asses in line. It's just Trump mob code. And Trump also then tried to claim that the bill isn't cutting anything meaningful. So everybody, stop your nonsense. Play the clip.
Do you consider some of the proposals on the table, like copay and provider tax, as a benefit cut? How are you viewing those?
No, we are looking at one thing. We're not doing any cutting of anything meaningful. The only thing we're cutting is waste, fraud, and abuse. With Medicaid, waste, fraud, and abuse. There's tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse. There's incompetent things, but we have illegal aliens that are multiple killers with multiple murder records getting Medicaid. I don't think anybody minds if we cut that. The Democrats, on the other hand, are going to destroy it because they're going to leave these people on. We're cutting three things: waste, fraud, and abuse. We're not changing Medicaid, and we're not changing Medicare, and we're not changing Social Security. And if I wanted to do those things, I would have done it during my 4 years that we were.
You know, let me be very clear. The reason he's not doing it right now, is because he's being stopped. There's already, as I said, more than a dozen, including folks like Lindsey Graham, who are turning around and saying, no, we're not going to allow you to do that. We're not going to let you hurt our constituents. Meanwhile, while cutting waste, fraud, and abuse, Trump goes on and he speaks about his trip to the Middle East, rambling about the stock market and inflation while claiming, remember this number, claiming that he brought in $5.1 trillion. Play the clip.
I'm going to win a lot of elections. The economy is good. I just had my highest poll numbers ever. And we had a big trip to the Middle East. We took in $5.1 trillion. We brought it back to our country. 180 Boeing aircraft are being built now because of that trip and many other things. That's the least of it. The economy is doing great. The stock market's higher now than when I came to office, and we've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars in tariff money, and we've had no inflation. You know, they kept saying inflation. There's no inflation. Groceries are down. Gasoline is way down. Everything is down. All energy costs are down. I'll tell you, to me, maybe the most respected thing, you saw the way they respected me between Qatar and Saudi Arabia and UAE, probably the richest, certainly the richest of their type nation, great places, unbelievable amounts of money. They respect our country again. They were going to go to China.
Again, I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't know about you, but my groceries have not dropped. Egg prices are only lower right now because the bird flu is over. My gasoline is the same. My energy costs, go tell that to fucking Con Edison. I just got my bill on that. It's higher than it was the month before. Meanwhile, look, like I've said in my previous videos, when I worked for Trump, he always tried to inflate numbers. Because moments after that last clip that you just saw, what does he do? He ups the number. Now it's not 5.1 trillion. It's 7 trillion. Play the clip.
And they're spending 5.1 trillion. Probably it's going to be 7 trillion by the time we stop. And, somebody said every other president goes and leaves and spends money, gives other countries money. I'm the only one that goes and takes money back.
Yeah. Where is that money, by the way? Oh, yeah. They're concepts of things that they're going to do. You know, we heard the same bullshit in the first administration when he turned around and he went to Doha, he went to Riyadh. He claims that he then, got money from whether it was the Japanese, and he got money from the Emiratis, and he got money from Saudi. None of that money ever came to the United States of America. And if it did, I don't know, maybe he's hiding it somewhere in Mar-a-Lago. We may have to dig up the backyard. Meanwhile, back to the House GOP. Trump took the opportunity to, of course, compliment MAGA Mike Johnson. I mean, talk about a way to butter him up so that he keeps the dear leader attitude going. Play the clip. You'll see what I mean.
And again, I'm his biggest fan. I love this guy. He's the only guy could have walked in with a one. Think of it. You can't be a guy like me and have a one majority. You have to be a guy like him, a nice person. He's very religious. He prays. He's a man of God. And so am I, but he's really to a new level, I will tell you. He is a great guy. They love him in Louisiana, and they love him that's the only kind of guy. Somebody said, oh, well, we want somebody that, if you put a certain personality in there, you would have never, look at what he got passed, what he's gotten passed. And just so you understand, he's getting this passed too. And I don't think there's anybody I could give you guys that is so tough, you guys would run if you ever looked at him. If you ever saw some of these guys, you would not ask him questions you'd be afraid to. This guy did something that I don't think there's anybody that's more well-suited to be a Speaker of the House, especially in a case like this. Remember.
Yeah. He's also passing a message on to MAGA Mike Johnson. It's like when I was saying when he changes numbers, it's like, oh yeah, I'm worth five billion, six. I probably am worth 9 billion. Here it's 5.1 trillion. Now it's 7 trillion. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's religious. Oh, I'm religious too. I mean, truly, the guy doesn't know what he's talking about anymore. MAGA Mike Johnson, if not for the Democrats, would have gotten shit canned thanks to Matt Gaetz. Enough people, even on the GOP side, dislike that little fucking weasel, right? Religious. Trump doesn't have religion. He doesn't care. When was the last time Trump went to church? When was the last time that he did something that Jesus would be proud of? And the answer is never. Meanwhile, a reporter goes on and asks Trump if he thinks that Republicans are still grandstanding. Play that clip.
Are Republicans still grandstanding in your view?
Oh, yeah, sure. You have a couple that will grandstand, but I think even the grandstanders should. Look, the alternative is a 68% tax increase. And you can blame the Democrats for that and one or two grandstanders. We only have one or two, but we have tremendous support. But you'll have a 68% tax increase, or you'll get a massive tax decrease. You'll get a tax cut, the likes of which we've never had before. This is bigger than any Ronald Reagan tax cut. It's even bigger than the tax cut that I gave, because as you know, that's being extended and increased. So this is the biggest tax cut in the history of our country.
What I like the most is why Trump has MAGA Mike Johnson standing there. He's basically a prop, plain and simple. That's the only reason that he's standing there. It's not like he's going to say anything. He's just going to nod his head. Whatever the dear leader has to say, that's all that he's going to do. Just keep nodding his head. And while talking about negotiations over the bill, Trump literally admitted that he only wants to help Republicans. Finally, he's telling the truth. Play the clip.
Do you want the negotiations to be over now?
Which negotiation?
Over this bill.
Oh, yeah, well, it's going to be. We're going to be putting it in soon, and I think we're going to have great support.
Are you going to
We're going to make a couple of tweaks. I mean, we don't want to benefit Democrat governors, although I would do that if it made it better, but they don't know what they're doing.
So you want to
we don't want to do any damage to a state. We want to help all the states, but we have governors that are from the Democrat Party. Let's say New York, Illinois, big ones, and let's say Gavin Newsom, who's done a horrible job in California. And we want to benefit we want to benefit Republicans because they are the ones that are going to make America great again. The Democrats are destroying our country, and you see that with the past administration, with an open borders policy that allowed 21 million people into our country, and many of those people are stone cold murderers, killers, and trouble. Yeah.
Boy, talk about fear mongering. Let me also turn around and remind you of the states that are what we call net positive, meaning like New York or California, we pay more into the federal system than the system gives back to us. That's not the same with red states. Meanwhile, a reporter asks Trump about SALT, that's the state and local tax deductions, in relation to blue states. Play that clip.
Well, SALT is a very interesting thing because the governors of New York and Illinois, the big JB who's going nowhere, probably right now he could be the worst governor in the country, but Illinois and Gavin Newsom, those are the people that want this. And they're Democrat states. They're all Democrat states. Ronald Reagan tried very hard to get this passed, was unable to do it the way we have it, where basically everybody's treated equally. He tried it so hard, and he never got it done. He was always disappointed. He never got it done. We got it done. Now people want to change it. So we're going to be talking about that. But the biggest beneficiary, if we do that, are governors from New York, Illinois, and California. And those governors are the ones that blew it because they weren't able to get it. So I think we're going to be explaining that. These are all very blue states that I don't really believe. If we had honest elections, I don't actually believe. I think I would have won California. I would have won New York. I even think I would have won Illinois. I think we have to, we're going to start this after. I was talking to Mike.
And he also believes that if you put a basketball into his hand, that he can actually dunk. In fact, he could probably be starting 5 on the Knicks or any team. I mean, delusional. And finally, Trump rambles about how Democrats have hurt our country, even claiming that it was illegally run for 4 years. No, seriously, that it was illegally run for 4 years? Play the clip.
For 6 months. And that was a very frightening thing because the Democrats have really hurt our country. And we are going to go into very much so. Remember what I said, the auto pay. This government was illegally run for 4 years. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. President, should the DOJ be charging a member of Congress?
Weren't sure we would get comments, but we...
Wow. So the auto pen makes the country illegally run. Again, he has no idea what he's talking about. It's all simply projection, deflection, nonsense, pure and total nonsense. It's why, my friends, I keep saying, help me to build this community. If we have a shot at reclaiming back this country, if we're going to have a shot within which to do what we need to do, 2026, that's our shot. So help me to build this community. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. We're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.